Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. How are my wonderful Aries family doing? How you guys doing? How's everything? How's your week been? We're going into our angelic zone. Leaving everything negative, naysayers, haters, baggage, everything at the door. That's what you're doing. You're not bringing that with you. You don't have time for that. You're in peaceful mode zone. We are striving to be the best and at peace and in tune with ourselves. This is your angelic realm. One girl told me, she said, "Oh, I hate going into that peaceful zone because it's like I'll be mad about stuff and you help calm me, but I'll be bad." And then you talking about breathe and be calm. Well, I apologize. Not meant to offend, but to inform. You see, the thing is, I want to keep my subscribers around for a long time so I can grow. And I want to be able to have messages that may help them to unveil certain questions that they have and get the answers to them. I want you to be around for a long time so we can grow together. So when I tell you to breathe, it's for your own good because it changes your life. You wouldn't even realize how much, Aries. And you, especially Aries, you should never fight anybody on breathing because you could get stressed out real quick. You'll figure things out, you'll come with a solution, but you're taking the grunt of it all at one time. And you're like, then you're trying to breathe real quick, but you're still not doing it right because you're not letting that air get into your lungs so you can exhale it. You just like a panic type breathing. That's not how you breathe. Believe it or not, there are classes on breathing so you could learn the various techniques to keep yourself calm and to take everything down a notch so that you can review it. Because you know when you're mad and pissed off about something, do you really see clearly? Now, when you breathe and you think about it, you might react differently. Test yourself. I've done that a couple of times where, oh my goodness, my husband was about to drive me crazy. And I looked at him and my mouth was perked, ready to say something. And then I stopped for a minute. I did a pause. Then I did the inhale, exhale breathing. And I looked at him and I responded calmly. And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Nothing, nothing. This is how you do that, okay? All right, babe." And you let it go. You can control your destiny. You can control your moves. You can control your responses. You have the power. Don't give it to someone else. Don't give it to someone else. Continue to embrace who you are. Learn about yourself and learn how to control your reactions. This is all part of this channel. Everybody does things differently, but I realize, how wound up people could get and how too much of that tense energy ends up feeding into me. So now when I talk to people, I want them to practice breathing and leaving luggage at the door. Even if they have questions about things that are bugging them, don't bring in the tension, the anger, anything with you when you come in here because you're trying to find answers. But if you don't release that tension, you're so upset and wound up that you can't get the actions and the responses and the signs and the feedback that you need. So you stay in this chaotic mode. No, you leave it at the door so we can talk. We're friends. Come in here. Let's be friends. Remember friends from back in the day? Not friends like now. There's some of them that's still there, but I'm just saying, where you got each other's back, you care about each other, you share, you listen, you talk. That's the type of friends you need in your circle. That you put your trust in your source, But what I say to you, you want people around that you don't have to watch what you say every word, because they might take it and turn it around. You want to feel that you're in your comfort zone, your comfortable space, and your immediate circle. I don't care if it's one or two people that you can share with and you know nothing is coming back. Those are the people you hang out with. Those are the people you talk with. Those are the people you come up with ideas so each of you learn from one another. Shine your light. Shine your light, Aries. Shine your light and show it to the world and be the best you possible. It seems corny, but it's true, because there's a lot of people. You know, when you think about it, there's a lot of depression going on in this world. Some people are talented and can't share it for fear of retaliation, hate. Isn't that crazy? That you can't be yourself because there's so much back reaction. I'm not talking about people that are cruel and just mean to other people. I'm talking about just in life. Let's say if you're good at something, but you don't really want to show it because, let's say, this cheerleader is better than Jack cheerleader, and this cheerleader refuses to show her talent because that cheerleader is more popular, and saying something will get her in trouble because people will turn on her because she's talented. Life has so many twists and turns, but you can't be afraid to shine your light and be who you are. Be the best you possible, because when your time comes, you want to know that you achieved the gifts that were on your heart and in your mind, because those were blessings. Your creativity is a blessing. So you have to allow it to shine. Work on it. Make it a masterpiece. Whatever that skill may be, ace it. And don't be ashamed because you're talented and skilled. Never be ashamed of who you are, ever. Shine your light. Unconditional love. Unconditional love is crucial. It is crucial in your growth chart, in your growth pattern, because love is what makes the world go round. Love for one another. When we start losing completely love that we have for one another, that is definitely a sad day. You are protected. That card jumped out. You are protected. You are not in this by yourself. You are not in this by yourself. No matter what we do in this world and in life, there are going to be people for us and against us. No matter how much good you think you're doing, there's always somebody that has a problem with it. Some people get really hurt. I'm just trying to do my best, trying to do that. I don't know if I told you this before, but I had a really, really good friend. Since I was 16 and she was 5 years older, 21. And we were good friends. And I started a business in New York, and it was doing really well. And, I moved to another state, and she came to visit me. And, she was like acting all funny and stuff like that. And then she had went back home, and somebody told me that she was talking about me. And I'm like, why? I entertained her. I kept her up. We went out. We traveled. We went to different destinations. And some of the stuff I paid for. Because, I don't know, it was just a natural instinct, because I do that with my family. And I looked at this person as family, not realizing that that person was becoming offended because they said that I was trying to act as though I was better than anybody and anybody else. Could you imagine? That I thought I was better because I was spending money on her, acting as though she was poor and didn't have money of her own. Tell me that's not crazy. I never even thought about that. I was just so happy to be in the position to entertain my friend, and she took offense to it. She thought I was trying to show off. So sometimes people could be mad at you about something and you don't even know why. You have to remember you are protected. You are protected. There are precautions in place to hold you down so you don't fall on your face. So remember that. There's always an angel protecting you, sent by your source to make sure you're okay. Because people that you will think are your friends may not be. People that you count on may not show up. And you have to still be okay with that. You have to still recognize that you're going to be okay whether they show up or not. As long as you're present, your source is present, and the angels surround you, you got this. You're okay. You're okay. Your inner power. Get aligned with who you are, with your intuition. Sometimes there are messages that come out of your intuition and you don't get it. And you say, oh, that didn't resonate. It wasn't for me. It was for you, but it didn't resonate at the time. That's why you have to put it in a compartment until it's ready for use. It's just a heads up. It's a suggestion. It's a message. It's something to look out for. Always be aligned and in tune with your inner power, because it'll give you messages nobody else can. It'll help you to see opportunities and possibilities nobody else can. It will help you to hear your intuition and realize where you need to place it in your life. All of this is about your soul. It's about getting in touch with and tapping into who you are so that you could connect it with where it needs to be. A lot of times we have answers to our questions within us, but because we're not in tune with ourselves, we end up having to go through hardship because we don't get it. It takes enough falling down for you to say, wow, I'm going to have to keep falling down till I get a clue. And the clues sometimes are free. Get a clue. Get in tune. Listen. Have you ever, let me tell you something. Have you ever seen something, doubt that you saw it, and have to backtrack to see if that's what you really saw? Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. But it was something that had the mind thinking. Like if you, let's say you I've done this a few times. You backing out of your garage, you close the garage and you leave, but you forget if you really did close the garage, and it starts panging you. There's a couple of times that I really didn't close the garage and thought I closed the garage, and then the many times that I closed the garage, even though I thought I didn't. Even those 2 times I went back and the garage was open, it gave me a message, because that's when I realized one time that I had left my phone on the side where I backed out from the garage. I have a freezer in the garage, so I left it on the side. I had stopped to do something, put it on the side, and got in the car and left. That was my intuition telling me something was a little off. Go back and check. And I did. And I was able to retrieve my phone. The other time it was just the garage was left open. But I'm saying my inner voice, my inner power was letting me know there was something off balance. And a lot of times we don't even pay attention to that. My sister is a nurse, and I worked the night shift and she worked the morning shift. So she was helping me out with my daughter one night, and she's my daughter's godmother as well. And she babysat for me, and she promised to drop my daughter off to my mom and dad's house before going to work, and I'll pick her up when I get off. And she drove all the way into the city, and my daughter was in the back seat playing with her toy. So she was real quiet, didn't make any noise or anything. My sister says she's getting out the car, and when she looks, she sees my daughter in the back seat. She's like, what? So she had to call my parents and let them know she was coming back because she forgot to drop my daughter. And it was like her intuition told her to look in the back seat, because she said her briefcase that she had with her papers and her charting and everything was in the front seat. She said she usually throws it in the back, but that day she had rested in the front seat. She said she could have just grabbed her bag and kept going, but something told her to turn and look behind her, and she did. And there was my daughter. Because you see a lot of people, how they leave their kids in the car and those things happen, and they go into work or go shopping and forget the child in the car. Something gnawed at her that day to look. And she said to me, I don't know what made me look back there, because I was grabbing my briefcase and everything. I was already heading out. And she said, my mind told me to look up, and I saw baby girl. There are times, there are things that trigger you to get more aligned and more in tune with yourself for some type of message. Take the time. Don't ever be so in a rush that you don't take the time to look at everything. Like some people, I tell you, before you get in your car, make sure you look in your car to make sure nobody else is in there. You always see those movies and the people in the back seat on the ground or down low or under your jacket or your coat, and you don't even realize or pay attention, and they put a knife to your throat or do those type of things. We have to become more aware. So when you align yourself, Aries, it's showing that you're listening to your inner power. And all these are things you have to get in tune with, because you are a fast thinker. And you might miss certain things sometimes because of the rush, the anxiousness. Open your heart. Open your heart to receive love. Be receptive. Don't just want to, what is it they call it? Slam bam, thank you ma'am type thing. You want to be connected with somebody. But I think you feel that being in a permanent relationship will slow you down and you still got so much to do. That person could actually compliment you. They could be there for you. Male or female, whoever it is, make sure that you find time for somebody in your life. You don't want to grow old and be by yourself. Find somebody that cares about you, that you could care about, love unconditionally, build a solid foundation with, build a family with. And you have let a lot of those positive energies go because of your fear of commitment. You don't want nobody to tell you what to do. You don't want nobody to give you directions on how to get somewhere. You want to do it all by yourself. All me. All me. But you have to share your life, Aries. You have to share your life. Take the time out to share your life. Find time for your loved ones. Find time for your loved ones. Because when everything calms and everything settles, you don't want to be by yourself. Aries, we're not meant to be alone. I was not meant to be alone. Aries, you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone at all. So you got to recognize that you have to embrace love. You have to give as well as you want to receive. The miracle of forgiveness. Ooh, Aries. 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 They talking to you. They talking to you, Aries. They telling you that you need to forgive. Aries, you get pissed with people quick. Quick, 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 quick. You're a ram. You have feelings that are all over the place sometimes. All over the place sometimes. That's just how you are. You know what you want. You go after it. And when people can't keep up, it pisses you off a lot. It really gets to you. So don't let obstacles block your blessings or your path. Forgive. Learn to forgive, Aries. Forgive. Open your heart. It already told you to open your heart. And now it's saying to forgive. Open your heart to forgive. And spread unconditional love. Shine your light. Don't worry, you are protected. You're not alone. And follow and listen to your inner power. These things are so simple to do in the mind, but the action that's needed to do it is scary, especially for you, Aries. You like to control your life and you don't like other people to be able to push those buttons. So, what I say to you, take time out to listen. Listen, Aries. Listen. My father used to say that to me. You need to listen. You need to listen. You need to listen. So I'm saying it to you. You need to listen and you need to hear. Garnetqueentarot here saying, be inspired to rise. Get in tune with yourself so you can reach the highest element of your life, where you are able to embrace who you are and allow your light to shine. Shine your light. Aries, you on the right track. Stay in tune with self and rise above. Till we meet again. Garnetqueentarot here saying, be inspired to rise. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out. Talk soon.